Rhodes opens up about final days in AEW in famous exit interview. He said, Cody Rhodes in a recent appearance on the Not Said Wrestling podcast, he said, discussing his final days with AEW to the famous promo that turned out to be his last into the company, how he was about leaving the company at the time and more. He said, during his last days in AEW, Cody was on his coaching role in a match, fortunately, Ruby Soho and Nia Rhodes. He said, I think it's easy for me now to say, oh, I finally knew, but it wasn't the case. I didn't know the last thing I did at AEW. No one really knows. The last thing I did was a coach a match, and I wasn't the best coach. I'm more of like, do what you want to. And then he said, we talk about it after with Ruby Soho and Nia Rhodes. That was the last thing I remember walking out the door, and they find it wasn't anything to it. But then I remember thinking, I think I'm leaving. He said, Cody Rhodes is open up about the certificate in behind the emotional exit interview promo saying, he said, at that promo, I remember I mentioned it to CM Punk as well. He said, hey, I think I'm going to say this. I'm not a fan of anybody is terrible at his Circle Mania. My opponent says me, and then you hand back, alright, no trust, and we're at the peak of level of a favor. I took at it now, and I caught it the exit interview. Maybe he said, I wanted to remind them I personally the company has things I do. Please know it's true, there is no company had these things that have happened over things. I had to have it Chris Jericho and do his stuff like the Young Bucks. I had to do their stuff like Kenny Omega. I had to do stuff. So Moxley had to do stuff. He's a big part of it too. I don't give him credit enough. I just wanted to let them know the other part was it just is playing a heel saying you're not going to be a heel turn. It was just to the knee. And Cody was also addressed the quarter event with bots and during a match at the time when his weight belt was thrown back to him by the attendants, he said. So with that, we will keep you guys update on Cody Rhodes resources of AEW. So with that, Elijah video, we will keep you guys update on Cody Rhodes. Second this time, how I'm going, guys. Peace out.